Hey guys, what is going on? Hope you guys are having a good February. Hope you had a great Valentine's Day. And we are only, what are we, like 24, 25 days away from Dollywood opening up. Plus, that also means that all the other theme parks around the area are getting ready to open as well, including Carowinds, which opens the day after Dollywood, and Six Flags Over Georgia opens the same day. And maybe planning a trip. Still trying to figure all that out of doing Dollywood, Carowinds, and Six Flags Over Georgia that weekend. So we'll see. We'll let you know more about that. But this video is our second of the year Ask Jonny video. And we're just going to go over some questions that you guys asked on our Facebook page. And I opened it up to everything that you wanted to ask about, whether it be Dollywood or Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg or Disney or whatever. Stuff about me, just whatever you wanted to ask. So we've got 40 some odd questions. Most of them deal with Dollywood and Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. There's a few Disney things in there. But so we're going to get started on that. So we got quite a few to burn through. So let's get going. There may be some repeats in here as I'm scrolling through this. I'll try to answer them as best I can. So, what are some places in the Smokies you haven't filmed yet but plan to in 2026? Attractions, hotels, restaurants, etc. There are several hotels that we are planning on doing in 2026 that we've never done. There's a couple that we're actually getting ready to do real soon. There's an attraction in Gatlinburg that I'm filming this coming week that I've never done. And then there's several other places that we're going to be doing. Wilderness in the Smokies is one that we've never done a video on that place. And then obviously if you're watching this, you probably know that I lost my other YouTube channel. And so we've got a lot of places that we have to go back and recover because I did not have any of that footage backed up anywhere. My fault. It's all gone. I've talked to YouTube about it, and I'm not getting it back. I'm not worried about it. We're moving on. But so we've got a lot of places that we need to cover again through Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, and got a lot of Dollywood videos to make again. But yeah, we do have a couple hotels that we're getting ready to hit real soon. And like I said, and there's an attraction in Gatlinburg that we're going to be hitting very, very soon, Wednesday actually. Plus a few other things. There's a couple restaurants up there in Gatlinburg that I want to do that I've just not done yet. And so again, we've got a lot going on that we're going to be doing, plus all the new stuff that's going to open up. The island is getting ready to bring back their dinosaurs beginning in March. So we'll be covering that as well. So we do have a lot going on. Plus, like I said, we've got all of our Dollywood content because this channel and everything that I do really started and the focus was Dollywood, and that will still be the focus moving forward. Is Dollywood with all the other stuff kind of sprinkled in amongst it. Second question, would you ever consider filming at Dollywood with fans and doing a reaction video, maybe on rides like Blazing Fury? I would have no issue at all filming with fans. It's weird for me to think about fans, but I can say that like the only ride at Dollywood that you can actually film on legally, technically through Dollywood, is the train. They don't allow any filming on anything else. So, but yeah, I would happily do that. I would happily, do a video with you guys, with people that want to be in the video. Actually on opening day on March 13th at 3 p.m. they have the big love sign. We're going to do just a big group photo there. So if you're watching this, you're more than welcome to come and join us at 3 p.m. on opening day. Are the Dollywood trains really being converted to oil-fired engines? I cannot say yes or no to that answer, just being honest with you. Everything that I hear, everything that I'm being told is yes. At least one of them is being converted to an oil. But there's no, I can't confirm that. I've not seen it myself. I've not had a park employee, a higher official park employee tell me that that's what is going on. But I do believe that is what is going on. I do believe they're going to convert at least one of them over to a oil-fired engine. What do you predict for the Chicago Cubs this year? I think we'll make the playoffs. I don't know that you'll compete with the Dodgers, though. Just being honest, the Dodgers are stacked. I mean, from 1 through 9. I mean, it's insane that team that the LA has put together. So, do I think the Cubs make the playoffs? Absolutely. But getting past the Dodgers is going to be a feat. What smaller, low-key town near Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge would you recommend for visitors? The obvious one is Townsend. Townsend is such a great little place. We absolutely love Townsend, and we get up there, several times a year. So I would definitely suggest Townsend. Also, from Gatlinburg, you're only an hour or so from Cherokee, so you could run over to Cherokee, Maggie Valley, or you could run down to Robbinsville, North Carolina. There's a lot of areas right there that you could visit. There aren't as touristy as Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg is, but still there's a lot of things there to do, a lot of fun things, especially during the summer. There's a lot of rivers and creeks, and you can go rafting and tubing and all those kind of things. And then Cherokee has its own thing. They've got the casino. You've got Santa Land right there near in between Maggie Valley and Cherokee as well. So I would definitely suggest those areas. I think you're no more than an hour's drive either way to get to those places. Do you think Dollywood would ever add a ride similar to easy for me to say, Toy Story Mania, but themed for the Smokies? Absolutely. I think that we all know that we are getting a indoor attraction, a dark ride for this upcoming season, which we are all very excited about. Night Flight Expedition will open in the 2026 season, but it will only be the second indoor attraction in the park. I would love to see Dollywood end up with a good 5 or 6 over the next 10 years of indoor attractions. I really think the park needs that. And so a Toy Story Mania would be great. That style of park, or that style of attraction would be fantastic for that park. It's good for all ages, from little kids all the way up to some older folks. So I would love to see Toy Story Mania come to Dollywood at something like that attraction. And if you don't know what Toy Story Mania is, it is a cart ride that you get in. There's 4 seats, sort of straight across, and you've got a blaster that you pull the string on it, and it shoots digital balls at a screen. It's really a fun game. We do it every time we go to Hollywood Studios at Disney World. It's a good game, and it's a fun ride, fun attraction. Like I said, the whole family can get into this attraction. It's very low key, very easy on the body. Doesn't throw you around like a roller coaster does. Next, what are your thoughts on the Westgate Resort? I'll be honest with you, I don't have any. I have been in the Westgate one time, and it was basically to see their water park area. It's really nice, but the actual resort itself, I honestly can't tell you. I don't have a good or a bad feeling for it. I do know that most of the Westgate resorts are sort of a timeshare type deal, I think. And so that's probably the reason we've honestly just never been in there much. But like I said, their water park is really nice. I do know that. If we can only do one dinner show in Pigeon Forge this year, which one should we pick? That's a tough question, because I am very, very partial to the Pirates Voyage show. Love that show. We've been to it, I think, 3 times. Absolutely love that show. Stampede is always a classic as well. It's been around forever, and it's still a good show. The other Dolly show that they have, the Dolly Parton Company show that they have, is the Hatfield McCoy show. I have never seen, and I have no intentions of seeing it. It's a personal thing with me. It's something that I'll never go do. Honestly, if I had free tickets to it, I would give them away. It's a personal thing for me. I don't like the fact that they take the Hatfield McCoy name and use it as a comedy when it's really a tragic story, is what that really was, because it's real people and a real story. So, but other than that, those are the 3 big ones. They're all by the Dolly Parton Company. But you've got several other ones there. There's I think there's a brand new one that just opened up called Rigatoni. I won't swear by that name, but it is a murder mystery style show. And then you've also got like the Paula Deen Lumberjack Dinner. So there's plenty of them there to choose from. But if I had to pick one, and I was only going to do one for the whole year, my one for my money that I'm going to spend, um, probably Pirates Voyage. That's the one that I would go with. When's the best time to stay at Dolly's Dreammore Resort? Off season. That's the best time to stay. That's when the prices are going to be the cheapest, and that's also when the Dreammore will have less capacity during the off season. Right after Christmas, right after the park closes, all the way up to the opening weekend. I was just there last Thursday, and it was half full, maybe. So that's definitely the best time to stay. And then you've got pockets through the season when Dollywood is actually open. It's a good time to stay. Right before spring break, right after spring break, before summer lets out. You've got all the summer vacations coming up, and then right as school goes back, you've got a window there from about early September to like Thanksgiving holiday, the week before Thanksgiving holiday, that you can squeeze some good time in there. So you just got to be careful about when you come. Don't come on holiday weekends. Don't come. I won't say don't come, but just know what you're getting yourself into. If you're going to come on a holiday weekend, or if you're coming during spring break, it's going to be busy. Ticket prices for the park itself are a little higher this year with certain dates, and the hotel is going to be no different. It'll be a little higher as well. Let's see, what's next? How early should guests arrive at Dollywood on opening day? So they will open the park at 10 a.m. That's the official opening time. The security gates will open at 9:15 to let people through for security, and then the park front gates will open at 9:30, and then the park officially will open at 10. So I would say, we don't know if Dolly's coming this year. My gut says that she is not coming this year. I don't know that as a fact, but I do not think that she will be at opening day this year. She could be. She could surprise me, and I hope that she does. I hope she is there. It's always fun when she's there, but I don't think that she will be. I think that we'll see her at the opening of Night Flight Expedition. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but I would say 8 o'clock, 8 a.m., somewhere between 8 and 8:30. If you come after 8:30, you're probably going to end up somewhere towards the back of the parking lots. But again, they'll open the gates at 9:15 at security, 9:30 to get into the park itself, and then 10 a.m. officially for the whole park. Do you know if the Pop Fizz drink will return to Dollywood this year? I don't know. I haven't heard, but I hope that it does. It was a good drink. It was an exclusive to Dollywood. So I don't know why they would get rid of it. Just take the 40th anniversary logo off of it and just say Dollywood's Pop Fizz. So I would think that it'll be back, but I can't say that for sure. Any idea when Night Flight will officially open? Again, pure speculation. Not heard any defining dates, but the last few years, the park has always opened their attractions in May. If you think back to Big Bear Mountain, it opened in May. If you go back to the Dolly Parton Experience, it opened in May. And so my guess is May. Could be wrong, but an official date I've not heard. I am saying May 17th. I believe it's a Saturday, and that's the date that I am going with as their opening date. But again, don't quote me on that. Actually, you can quote me on that, but don't say that Dollywood said it, because Dollywood didn't say it. It's just John saying it. Do you think Dollywood will ever expand to a second gate or run year-round? Second gate, no. We talked to Eugene Naughton, president of Dollywood, back in the fall about a second gate and going year-round and things like that. I do believe eventually they will go year-round. I think that it will be a limited year-round, maybe only open on Friday, Saturday, Sunday type deal through January and February. But as a second gate, I think if that ever happens, that will be after Eugene retires, and we are probably 20, 25 years at minimum of something like that happening. I just don't see them doing that. They've got plenty of space there, but they've got a lot of it designated for hotels and resorts and things like that. Plus, they've got splash country. So I don't know that we'll ever get that second gate. But going year round, I do feel like that there will be a version of year round that they can do, and I think that part of that's really going to have to line up with some of their indoor attractions. When do you think the third Dollywood resort will open, and what kind of resort do you think it will be? Family, value, or deluxe? So I believe the next thing that we're going to get resort-wise is going to be the campground. It'll be a glamping style campground. Again, that was something that Eugene laid out for us in that last video. Unfortunately, can't watch that video because it doesn't exist now. But he did say in that video that they've got the space available and ready to go to start building for their campground in a Dolly style campground. If you think about Dolly going camping and what she would need, it would be a glamping type thing. And so I think that's the direction they're going to go with this next one. Why is the road between Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg called the Spur? I had to look this up because I really didn't know. We've always called it the Spur since I was a little kid and lived here. But I didn't know why it was called the Spur. And so I looked it up, and literally it's just the Spur is it's another word for like a small tributary. And because of the way that road runs near the river, that's why they call it the Spur. So, and it winds like a river. I didn't know that, so that's why it's called that. Is Anarchista still offering discounted tickets for local residents, and how do we get them? They are not. They did not bring that back this year, mainly because Anarchista is closed right now. They've been closed since early January, I believe, maybe mid-January, as they're completely redoing their tram system and a bunch of other stuff. They're spending about $100 million over the next couple years, 3 years, whatever it is, on revamping Anarchista, putting in new lifts and all kinds of other stuff. And so currently Anarchista is closed. So they did not bring back I believe what you're talking about is the Tennessee. They had a Tennessee resident pass. You could buy it. It's basically the price of a one-day ticket. They've done that the last 2 or 3 years, but they did not bring it back for this year. Do you think Dollywood or the local tourism boards can help Gatlinburg refocus on family-oriented attractions? I don't think Dollywood can, because Dollywood has nothing to do with Gatlinburg. The local tourism board and Gatlinburg, sure, they could. You know, I know that I gotta walk a tight line here. To me, I love Gatlinburg. I love Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. I just had a conversation earlier about Gatlinburg being or Pigeon Forge being a tourist trap and overrated and all those things. And is it touristy? Sure it is. But Gatlinburg is not what it was a few years ago. We all know that. The thing that there's CBD shops about on every corner. Which what you do in your own time, I don't personally care. It doesn't matter to me. But the whole vibe, the whole feel of what Gatlinburg has changed so much in the last 10 years. And I don't blame that on the distilleries. I actually don't mind the distilleries there. I think that leans into what East Tennessee is and our traditions and the moonshining and all that kind of stuff. Do we have too many of them? Maybe. And it seems like there's a new one popping up every year. But, I think Gatlinburg really kind of needs to refocus on themselves and figure out what it is they want out of tourism for the next 30 to 50 years. You've got a lot of high-end restaurants up there now, and you've got some bars like Jason Aldean's and Old Reds. And so, to me, that's not Gatlinburg. It's not what I consider Gatlinburg. People love those places, and that's great. It's good for tourist dollars. But to me, that's not Gatlinburg. So I think that Gatlinburg needs to really think about how they want to handle the next 30 to 50 years moving forward, because there's so many people that want to come to this area, and people are going to keep coming to this area. And you want to maximize your tourism dollars because that is the trade up there is tourism. But you got to really figure out what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow, and if you want it to be a family place or if you want it to be an adult place. So that's up to Gatlinburg, but I don't think that Dollywood has anything to do with what Gatlinburg does. What are your favorite under the radar local towns near the Smokies for day trips? Well, we've kind of already covered that. I really think that we love going over to Cherokee, and Maggie Valley looks like what Gatlinburg was 30 years ago. It isn't what Gatlinburg was 30 years ago, but it looks like it. But we do enjoy going over to Cherokee. We really, really like Townsend a lot. Wares Valley. There's so many great places just outside of Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge that you can hit. What are your thoughts on Beyond the Lens? Is it worth visiting? I really like Beyond the Lens. They are doing some stuff right now. I don't know exactly what it is they're doing. They said they were remodeling, but it says on Google that they're permanently closed. So we'll find out. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. If you follow me on Facebook, we constantly posting updates on our Facebook page about things that are going on in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg and the Smokies and Dollywood and other places. So I always enjoyed Beyond the Lens. I like it way more than I do the Ripley's place that just opened, which are basically the same thing, except the Ripley's place is maybe like an eighth of the size. I really didn't like the Ripley's place at all, but that's just me. Maybe you guys loved it. But yeah, I like Beyond the Lens. I think it is worth a visit if it reopens. So we'll see. Where are the NASCAR bumper boat people have talked about? Are they still around? I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know of NASCAR bumper boats. There's the NASCAR track there in Sevierville, the go-kart track. And I want to say that maybe they had bumper boats at one point, but I won't swear to that. There's been a couple places that have had boats that weren't just like regular bumper boats in a big pool. There was one in particular a few years ago that had like a track that you could race boats on, but I do not believe it is there anymore. So I don't believe there are NASCAR bumper boats that I'm aware of, unless the NASCAR go-kart track has them, but I don't think it does. I'd have to look. Have you reviewed Legoland, or do you plan to? So we just came back from Legoland. We just did a Disney cruise, and then when we got back from the cruise, we spent a couple days at Legoland. And I did not do I didn't even take my camera out of the bag while we were there. It was vacation for us, and I was trying to enjoy time with my wife and my kids. I did take a lot of pictures and some little snippets with my phone, but actually pulling the real camera out and really going, making a full vlog video, I did not do that. I will tell you though that the kids really loved Legoland. Jareth and Jessa gave it an 8 out of 10. Jen and I were like a 5 out of 10. We stayed at the Legoland Pirate Resort that's there. It's right at the front gate of Legoland. It's not a bad park at all. It is designed for young kids. So if you go into it thinking that it is a regular theme park like Dollywood or Disney World or Universal Studios, it is none of those things. It is a kids theme park. Anybody under the age of 12 should have a good time. There's a few roller coasters there. There's some indoor dark rides. We rode a couple of the coasters. We rode some of the dark rides. The kids rode basically everything in the park. We didn't have a bad time. It was a good time. It is a kids theme park, a small kids theme park. 12 and under should have a good time there. We did not visit Peppa Pig Land, which is right next door, owned by the same company. We did not go over there, so I cannot give you any thoughts on it. But Legoland, if you've got young children, I would say they're probably going to have a good time, especially if they love Legos. Because like I said, my kids loved it. Jen and I, we were okay with it. What's the best off-season time to visit Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and what's open? Right after the new year. All the way up till about now, till around Valentine's Day. Once spring break kicks in, it's kind of crazy from spring break all the way up until Christmas. There's some pockets there that you can find, after spring break and before summer school lets out. School lets out for summer. But really that January and early February, and even late February, you just want to avoid Valentine's Day weekend and President's Day weekend, stuff like that. But those are the best times to come. And a lot of things are open. Most of the restaurants are open. Most of the attractions are open, all except for like, Dollywood and stuff like that. But a lot of the stuff is open in the area. Could you make a video about new places opening this spring? I could. That's typically not how I do things. I know there are other creators that do that sort of thing, so I just kind of leave that to them. What I like to do is go and visit these places once they are open, and kind of give you an honest feel and review of the place. If we are invited somewhere, I always tell you guys that in the videos that, hey, we were invited. But I always tell the places that invite us, like, hey, I have to give an honest review. That's what my channel is built on. And so there's nothing paid for here. There's no paid sponsorships. We're not reviewing a place and giving it A+ for because they paid us money to do it. That's just not how I do things. I know there are people out there that do that, but I am not one of those people. So I could make the video, and I may at some point, but it's just not typically something that I do. Would you consider doing a video at the Knoxville Zoo? We've done them. Again, you can't find any of them because they're all gone. But yeah, we live very close to Zoo Knoxville, and we've covered it. I actually covered the Smoky night lights that they just recently unveiled last year, and we love Zoo Knoxville. We've got season passes there, and we do videos there occasionally, and we'll do one again probably this spring. Just show them what's new. The Smoky Night Light thing was amazing. It was, if you've been to like Astrolumina at Anakeesta, it's very similar to that. Unfortunately, some strong storms blew through this area a month and a half, 2 months ago, whatever it was now, and destroyed part of that. And so they're having to rebuild it, and they've just not got it back open yet. But yeah, we covered the zoo, and we enjoyed the zoo. What are your top 3 recommendations for these categories? Pizza, burger, steaks, Southern comfort food, Mexican food, breakfast, wings, desserts, and ice cream. That is a lot. So I'm just going to use some of my favorite restaurants. Pizza, and I know it's a chain restaurant, but we absolutely love Mellow Mushroom. You can't go wrong with Mellow Mushroom. Local places we really like a lot. West by God coal-fired pizza, really, really good. Big Daddy's pizza is really, really good. Gino's used to be sort of a go-to for us. It's not as much anymore. Burgers and steaks and Southern comfort food, man, like Southern comfort food, I would say the Old Mill or the Pottery House, absolutely amazing. Mexican food, rest in peace to Taco Trail. It is closed now, unfortunately. It wasn't even open a year in Gatlinburg. That was sort of my go-to. Like, it wasn't a sit-down fancy Mexican place, but man, they had some really, really good food. I can't think of the name of it right now, but the Gorilla Taco that's in Pigeon Forge is another really good place. Wings, Blue Moose is really good. Desserts and ice cream. Cruise Farms ice cream is fantastic. They've got some of the best ice cream on the face of the planet. It's so good. And then breakfast foods, we really like the Cottage is very, very good. It's not your typical Southern breakfast like Cracker Barrel. We really, really like the Cottage. If you're looking for that type of like traditional Southern breakfast stuff, the chicken place, the Frizzle Chicken, really like that place a lot. Sawyer's is good. There's a gajillion pancake houses. Pancake Pantry is another really good place. Steaks, Howard's in Gatlinburg, phenomenal. We really, really enjoyed Myron Mixon's when we were there. The Peddler in Gatlinburg is very good as well. If you're wanting more of a high-end food, go to the far end of Gatlinburg. That's where it's all at for some reason. Really, really don't know why that is, but that's where it's all at. What's your favorite mom and pop spot for food in Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg? Well, again, West by God, coal-fired pizza, fantastic. We really, really like that place. Man, that's a tough one. Because for me, like mom and pop shops, like, because everybody's like, you should eat local stuff. Thing is everybody that works in these places are locals. I promise you. They all either live in Sevier County or the county near Sevier County, Knox County, Blount County, or wherever. So a lot of them are, they're all being supplied people from the area. So you're supporting local people. But like Chubby's is another fantastic place that is a locally owned spot. I want to say this. So if Smoky Mountain Faith Food and Fun, if you guys know them, you follow them, they are the food people for the area. They know all the great restaurants. So Brooks and Christy, if you see this video, leave a comment and let us know the best local mom and pop shop restaurants to eat at. I like Tennessee Jed's a lot in Gatlinburg. I like New Orleans Sandwich Company a lot in Gatlinburg. So those are a couple. Obviously, the Donut Fryer is one of my favorite places ever on the face of the planet. But let us know some other ones. So Brooks and Christy, if you guys see this, leave a comment and let us know what some good ones are. Do you still rank your favorite donut shop as number one in the Smokies? That's hilarious because I was just talking about that. Yes, the Donut Fryer in Gatlinburg, in the Village, best place to get a donut, hands down, bar none. There's one option and that's it. The other options I don't even consider. You get the Donut Fryer, then you don't get anything else. So, let's move on. What are some great thrifting, local coffee, or hidden gem spots for solo travelers who don't drink? Thrifting, I would say visit some of the flea markets. There's all kinds of things in those flea markets. There's also some Carms and Salvation Armies and things like that you can do some thrifting at. Local coffee, man, I am obsessed right now, and it's not technically a local coffee, but I am obsessed with Black Rifle Coffee Company and their coffees that they're putting out. They're really, really good. If you're in Gatlinburg, there is Alibi. I think it's Alibi. It is up on the far end of Gatlinburg. It's the one that has the speakeasy. But they've got Coffee Syndicate. The Coffee Syndicate, not Alibi. Alibi might be the name of the speakeasy. Coffee Syndicate is really, really good. They make a Cuban coffee that's phenomenal. And then hidden gem spots. Man, there's not many places because of what we do. There's just not many places anymore that are hidden gems. There are places that we suggest that maybe are off the beaten path just a little bit. But there are so many places now. Like I said, like Chubby's earlier. Chubby's is the food there is stupidly good. And it's in a gas station. So there's a new place. I can't think of the name of it right now. I haven't been there yet, but Brooks and Christy swear by it. And it's a guy that used to run a restaurant. I think he's opened up another restaurant, and it's like in the same deal. Like it's in a little bitty store, almost maybe in a gas station as well. They said that it was phenomenal. So some places like that, man, there's just so many places in the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Sevierville area now. Any vintage, artsy, or off the beaten path experiences you recommend in the Smokies? Definitely go, if you're going to Gatlinburg, go visit the other side of Gatlinburg. Go visit the Craftsman side of Gatlinburg. There's so much stuff up there. If you're into crafty and artsy stuff, there's painters and wood carvers and cane makers and just all kinds of things up there. You've also got people like the Chainsaw Bunny and Woogity Woodworks, which both do amazing stuff with chainsaws. They're carving up trees and making all kinds of cool stuff out of those. So definitely visit those places. And then off the beaten path experiences, I would say go over to Townsend and check out some of the rafting areas over there. Go find some of the places up in the Smokies, the trails, some of the not so well-known trails. Don't do Cades Cove. Everybody does Cades Cove, but go find some of the other stuff that's up there to do. There's so much to do that's not touristy here. We got plenty of touristy stuff, but we got a lot that's not touristy as well. Will you collab again with Eugene? I hope so. We've done 2 videos together. Did one in 24. We did one in 25. And hopefully he will have me back to do a 3rd video. Again, unfortunately, because of the way the channel went down, I don't have any of that. The first two videos, they're gone. They're lost to cyberspace and forever. So, but yeah, hopefully we will do a third video with Eugene sometime this year. Any plans to collaborate with Fat Tested Travel, Plus Size Disney again this year? I'd love to. I just saw that he was putting together a 3-month tour. Going to drive from Orlando to Chicago and then do Route 66. So I don't know that he'll be coming to Dollywood this year, but we may meet him up. May meet him somewhere else. Who knows? But Jason over at Fat Tested Travel is a good dude, and man, if you don't follow Jason, go follow him. He has lost a ton of weight. He's really taking care of himself and doing a good job with losing the weight, and I'm really super proud of him. He's gonna have to come up with a new name for his channel because he's lost a lot of weight. I think he's down. I want to say he's down 60, 70, 80 pounds, maybe something like that, maybe 100. Would you ever meet fans in person at Dollywood or Pigeon Forge? It's weird for me to think of you guys as fans. I just say we're friends, and you guys just happen to follow me. But yes, last year we did the content creator meetup, and a bunch of you guys came to that, and so it was cool to see all you guys that came, and I got to meet some other content creators that I've spoke to online but didn't really know or didn't get to meet in person. We got to meet them, and all of you guys that watch our videos and are on our Facebook and TikToks and all the other things. So yeah, we would. I will never say no to if you want to stop and take a picture or just chit chat or whatever. Tell me that my Cubs are no good. I might fight you over that one, but meeting people, I got no issue with doing that at all. Matter of fact, like I said earlier, if you're going to be at opening day at Dollywood, 3 p.m. in front of the big love sign over in Market Square. What type of music do you listen to, and which artists are your favorite? I listen to everything, literally everything, from blues to country to metal to like dark black metal from like Sweden and stuff like that. Just depends on the mood I'm in. I listen to some hip hop, some R&B, some bluegrass. I like polka music. I listen to everything. Favorite artists? I'll tell you the ones I've seen the most in concert, and that probably will give you a span of how my musical taste is. I've seen Garth Brooks a ton of times. I have seen Shinedown 17, 18 times, something like that. And then there's another musician from Louisiana named Mark Broussard. You may not know who he is, but we have seen him 15, 16 times as well. He does sort of Delta blues, really, really amazing artist. But yeah, man, I'm all over the place. I love music in general. At the gym, I listen to mostly like heavy, hard metal, stuff like Avatar or Ghost or In Flames, some Breaking Benjamin, which is not super hard, but I'll mix that in there, mix some Shinedown in. But I like the hard, heavy, screaming stuff when I'm at the gym. Do you enjoy going to concerts? Yes, I do. Haven't been to one in a while. Actually going to one next month. We're going to see Cheap Trick, another one of my favorite bands. They're going to be here in Knoxville at the Tennessee Theater, and so we're going to go see them next month. And we don't do a whole lot of concerts anymore. We used to do a lot. Jen and I have been to festivals and all kinds of stuff, but just honestly with doing this stuff and doing my regular full-time everyday job, I just don't have time to do a lot of concerts and a lot of festivals. Used to go to Rock on the Range in Columbus, Ohio. We've been to the one in Charlotte, North Carolina. We went to Louder Than Life in Louisville, Kentucky for like 6 years in a row. We've done a lot of things. So, but Cheap Trick is coming to town real soon. We're going to go see them. Avatar is getting ready to come to town. I would love to go see them. I have not bought tickets, but I would love to go see them. So, Would you ever film concert-related travel content? Probably not. Not really what my channel is built on. And when I'm going to do a concert, it's more like that's more of me just kind of unplugging from everything and wanting to just be me for the evening or wherever we're going. So no, probably not. Probably wouldn't do. Well, I'm not going to say no to it, but I'm going to say probably not. Did you make a video about your Disney cruise? No, I did not. We just went on our very first Disney cruise. I had planned on filming while I was on that cruise. And to be honest with you, I decided, you know what? We spent a lot of money on this vacation. And I want to enjoy it and not carry a camera around with me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so I decided not to film. I do have some content that I filmed while I was on the ship that I may put out, but it's not going to make any sense because it's not like a... typically, I'll lay out what I'm filming for the day. And I don't know that there's anything in there that I could put out that would make sense to anybody. So maybe some clips on Facebook or something like that. But no, we did not do a full-length Disney cruise video. I loved it. The cruise was awesome. We loved it so much we booked a second one while we were on that ship. We're going to go next year, do a 7-day cruise. Maybe I'll film parts of that one. I don't know. But no, I did not film this one. Rank your top 5 Disney or Marvel live-action movies. Ooh, live-action movies. Pirates of the Caribbean, I absolutely love. Jungle Cruise, I really enjoyed. There is a Saving Mr. Banks, I believe is the name of that movie. It is about Walt Disney. It is Tom Hanks plays Walt Disney in that movie. It's a fantastic movie. Just watched Ant-Man. I'm not huge into the Marvel movies, but we just watched Ant-Man, and I did enjoy it. Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one is phenomenal. And I really, really liked the new Fantastic Four movie as well. I thought it was really, really well done. I like Pedro Pascal a lot. And yeah, I think that's probably it. All right, we're getting down here to the last few questions. I think I got 5 or 6 left. Do you think Dollywood might ever have more accessibility programs or tweak their system like Disney's Genie Plus and Lightning Lane? I don't think so, just simply because Disney's on such a different level than really any other theme park other than maybe Universal. Their technology that Disney uses is just so far ahead of what other theme parks are using. So I don't know that Dollywood will ever get to that point where they're going to do like a Genie Plus or a Lightning Lane style thing. I wish they would. I think it would be fantastic. I think that, Dollywood does their Time Saver Pass. I think they start at like $69 or $79 and they go up to about $100 depending on which version of it you buy. I would love to see them do like a $25, where you can kind of pick one or two and then kind of reschedule them throughout the day. That way, especially if you're coming on a slower day, you can really maximize it. But I don't know that they'll ever do that. I can't see that being something that they would do just simply because of the investment it takes into the technology to do something like that. If you had to pick 1 week in Gatlinburg or 1 week in Pigeon Forge, but no Dollywood, where would you choose and why? Good question. I'm going to give you 2 answers, and it's going to be both. If just Jen and I are going to either one of those, I would pick Gatlinburg. I think there's better restaurants in Gatlinburg. I think Gatlinburg, it's easier to walk Gatlinburg, so we could go visit, go do some of the fun stuff there, like going to play putt-putt or go to some of the distilleries or whatever. We can just walk those. And then they've got some really good hotels there in Gatlinburg as well. If I've got the kids, I'm staying in Pigeon Forge. And because I can entertain them easier in Pigeon Forge. So to answer your question, if it's a couple, I'm picking Gatlinburg. If it's a family, I'm picking Pigeon Forge. When does Dolly Parton typically appear at Dollywood, and how can fans find out ahead of time? So typically typically, Dolly is there on opening day. She has been for the last umpteen years. I do not believe that's going to be the case this year. She could prove us all wrong, and she could be there. But I don't believe that she will be. And honestly, they typically don't tell people ahead of schedule. Some things will kind of leak out a little bit. And so like on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, follow, all the content creators. Because once one person finds out, everybody knows. It kind of spreads like wildfire. And if we kind of get an inkling that she may be in town or she's coming to town, then everybody starts sharing that information. I would say if you're wanting to come see her this year in 2026, your best bet is to find out when Night Flight Expedition is going to open and be here for that. That's probably your best bet. Opening weekend of Night Flight Expedition. I think that is when she will make her appearance at Dollywood this year. And it may be her only appearance this year. She's usually only 2, maybe 3 times a year she's around. But I would say Night Flight Expedition this year is probably your best bet. When does it open? We don't know yet. Keep your eyes and ears open. We'll find out soon. I got a feeling. 2 more questions. Did YouTube really flag your channel for Dolly living at Dollywood? I don't know what that means, but no. So what happened with my channel was I got a notification through the back end of YouTube that said my account had been suspended for doxing and harassment. And there was an appeal thing on there, so I appealed it. And I said, first of all, I didn't dox or harass anybody, and that's not typically what I do. There are plenty of channels on YouTube that do that sort of thing. How they're still up and I'm not, whatever. So I appealed it. I heard back from YouTube, and they were like, well, we can't investigate it because your channel doesn't exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Everything is gone, wiped clean. Wiped off the face of the earth. 800 videos, 4.5 years, gone. Okay. I said, so you guys sent me a notification, said that I had doxed and harassed someone, but now you can't prove anything or provide me any information on what actually happened? And if you click on some links to some of my old videos of the channel that are gone now, it says that I removed those things, which I did not do. I promise you. So no, I didn't get flagged for Dolly living at Dollywood. I don't know where that came from. There's no telling because people like to talk. But anyway, and last question: how do your Cubs look this season? We covered this earlier. I think we're going to have a good year. I think we'll make the playoffs. I think we're going to have a hard time beating the Dodgers. Unfortunately, they're the kings right now of the National League, and I really feel like that they're going to be hard to beat. It's going to be real hard to beat. They've got just a stupid, talented team over there, but we'll see what happens. That's why they play the games, right? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did enjoy making it. If you've got questions, concerns, comments, complaints, recipes, whatever, drop them in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button. That really helps me. Make sure you hit the subscribe button because I went from a bunch of subscribers down to a few subscribers now, and that's okay. We're going to regain and rebuild. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. And remember, life is hard enough. Keep it amusing, and we will see you next time.